What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Almond Landscape YouTube channel and whatever else we use this stuff for. We're on a French drain install today. We've got a yard here that lays wet constantly. We're going to be putting in a French drain. We've already got our, so we go through, strip our sod out so that we can put that right back over top of it. This thing's gonna, there's like zero fall through here, so it's one of the reasons it sits wet. So we're going to run our drain through here. We're going to run a finger to pick up this low spot, finger up into that low spot. Run around through here, Mr. Keith killing it over there, running all the way around through there, and then we're also going to do a downspout, dedicated downspout line off of here because they've got water issues here. And it's pretty obvious because this is all low in here, so this drain is going to run all the way through here. We're going to be putting in this ADS double wall, so it's really strong. It's stick, but it's flexible, so we'll be able to turn these bends. It's going to be awesome. So we'll do that. We'll put gravel in here, and then we'll be in great shape. So we've been debating if we're going to run the big skid steer down in the yard here or run buggies out. I think just to preserve the yard, we're gonna run the buggies and then just dump it into that and then put it in a dump truck.
Okay, so rubber trench, making progress. We're using the buggy to just go straight back up in the yard, and then we're dumping that into the skid steer and that into the dump truck. We're using the buggies instead of the skid steer right now just because the plan is just to take, obviously caution with the grass. This is summertime and probably won't have great success with seeding until the fall. So that's what we're doing.
Coming on in through here, we've got our trench dug. Anthony's cutting fabric here. That's that. We're getting ready to, we're at a real good point where you start putting gravel in here. It'd be awesome. So looking good, Keith.
And so what we have here is we have our burrito fabric, our geotextile fabric, and we are going to wrap our corrugated pipe that we have over here. We capped it on the end. We placed that all in at, you know, the 12-inch depth that we talked about earlier, where we put the fabric in and then we put the pipe in, and then we backfill, or then we put this 57 limestone all around it. And then what we'll do is we'll take this and we'll fold it over, and then we'll put a layer of soil or our sod back on there. So we'll do that. What we're working on up here is we have 2 fingers for other low spots in the yard. So if you look over here where Caleb was just digging, that was a low spot in front of the tree, and then we have one over here. The flower beds don't have, they need build up a lot, so to help push water away from the foundation, because that's why we're out here. What we did is we put a finger there to hopefully catch some water right there, and then one over here, and then we're going to route everything around the house. We'll just keep doing this process until we get over there. Okay, so in case I haven't introduced myself, I am Brittany Almond. I am the owner of Almond Landscape. I work with my husband. He's the operations manager for the company. We also have a Hardscape Academy and a lot of other crazy stuff going on. So we have this drainage project to do today, just a residential one. Some water in the front yard that was an issue for them, so we're going to take care of that. But that's who I am, and you can find us on social media at Almond Landscape LLC and at Almond Brittany. Caleb, what's the one thing you should always wear when working around an excavator?
A hard hat is ideal, and super cool sunglasses.
Correct. What color should you wear?
And protect your skin from the sun. Otherwise you get things on your face that you gotta burn off that are precancerous. So don't play games.
not that kind of video, Caleb.
Is now. I've told you what I want to make millions on.
Okay, so we called Ohio Utility Protection Services
State law
a couple days ago.
and the common sense thing to do.
What, you have to give them 48-hour notice?
Yep, unless you beg and plead for
An emergency.
rapid, but there's still no guarantee.
So they marked this gas line coming out of the house, and the tolerances are within 3 feet.
Yeah, 18 inches each side of the utility,
Okay.
plus the size of the utility.
So we're going to hand dig over this portion, just to be safe, because we never know how deep it is. And that's what we're doing.
There's some safe dig app that we were part of, promotion with Mike Rowe on. You can check out the Dig Safe app. For gas
No, it's
line.
at safe_excavator.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey everybody, day 2 here, and Mr. Keith. I'm getting a little bit of soil over top of our fabric here just to make sure our grade is pretty decent. We still want this trench to sit a little bit lower, but Anthony's on it now. So we're gonna put our sod back in. You can see where we got our sod across here. Hardly ever know we were here. Super cool. Our bin's full of things here that Mr. Keith got organized for us, which is super cool. So got our fabric across there. Ran a little short in the fabric fold over, so we're gonna stitch that over that. We got our little finger drains here. Everything looking good. Our finger runs up in that low spot there, and then it runs around and is gonna daylight out. Like I said, we wanted to run a conductor line clear around to the creek out back, but it's 150 feet, and that's additional cost that for now the homeowner's cool with doing this. So now I got to cut in some downspout lines here dedicated to get, because this whole area sits low anyways, and their downspouts are questionable. I think they're compromised ultimately. So we're going to dig in some new dedicated solid pipe downspouts wherever they are. They're there, and do it. So looking real good. Hey everybody, so we'll show you the drain line here, getting things tidied up. We're going to sprinkle seed and all that in there. You know, obviously you can see where we've been, and that area will struggle through the summer here, but they give it a season to establish, and we'll sprinkle some more grass seed in there to really help it out. But it'll really be in good shape here. Our dedicated drain lines for the downspout here, and we're in good shape, so looking real good. Lots of man hours in this thing. Where are we at so far? Probably 40, well, 3, 24, 48 hours in it yet, and we'll have a little bit more to go to yet tomorrow. That'll be wrapped up. So that's that. Here we go.
That was the original plan. We were going to build retaining walls, do, concrete work, do the typical, new contractor type work was the original plan. Very shortly after we started the company, a couple months at most, the client that I was working for, as the project manager, called me back and asked if I would go do another project. Same type thing. Long story short is, I went back and did the other project, and and we used my people. So that was kind of the birth of what Brex is. That's how Brex got into right away mowing. That's how Brex is doing. A lot of the pipeline maintenance work that it's doing was because of that opportunity that we kind of capitalized on, which was ultimately probably the reason why it's able to grow.